没什么，你以为你是大牌，你以为干嘛又来？我的事，我的命，我的现在我要说。受够了，想透了，受够了，上的够了，就是够了。受够了，别回头了，受够了，想透了，受够了，上的够了，我是够了。犯了什么错？你说你知错，希望我记过，我该怎么做？心中矛盾，我期望摆脱三番四次你重复压迫，希望你知道我到底有多少次其实忍受难过。朋友说过你人心堕落，我却让事实闪过。你在眼前，我当谎言说心中要过，每天以泪洗面，感觉自己懦弱，做了那么多，经过多少弹错，我没在你人性突破，还是算了吧，该丢了吧，用不着藏在心里忍受。对牛弹琴，终究是为了什么？你以为你是大牌，你以为干嘛又来？我的事，我的命，我的现在我要说。
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning into the Philadelphia Asian American Film Festival live stream. My name is Yoon, and my pronouns are he, him, his. I'm a volunteer for PAFF and a co-founder of Viet Lead, a local nonprofit serving the Viet and Southeast Asian communities in Philly and Camden. I'll be moderating today Q&A with the cast and crew of Goodbye Mother, and we'll be taking audience questions soon. So feel free to type your questions into the comment section as we proceed with the program. And before we start, I would like to ask the cast and crew to introduce yourself, maybe your name, your pronouns, your role in the film, and how you're doing. Maybe we'll start with Min.
Okay. My name is Min. I'm the director of Goodbye Mother, and then you can simply say my name Minh, M-I-N-H, Minh. Thank you so much.
Hi everyone, I'm Nguyễn Lương Hằng, or you can just call me Hằng. I'm one of the producers of the film, and my pronouns is she, her. Nice to meet you all. And
okay, oh. You done?
I'm done.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah. Oh, okay. I am Hồng Đào. I am Vietnamese actress and comedian. Yeah. I am played the mother, Miss Hanh, in the Goodbye Mother. Yeah. I am very happy to see Young Lee and my team, producer, director. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. And
thank you.
You can call me Hồng Đào.
Okay. Thank you, Ms. Hồng Đào. And again, once again, thank you so much for being here and definitely for making the film, right? Just wanted to share how much I appreciate the film and how much it resonated with me as a queer Viet person. And I think, so how we're going to go with this is I'm going to ask you a few questions, and then we will have your answer the questions, and then we open it up to the audience and ask folks start typing the questions in, and then we'll close in half an hour. Yeah. So the first question I think for all of y'all is like, what inspired y'all to make this movie, right? Is it based on any personal experience?
I guess Minh can go first.
Yeah. So, okay. So I have to really think about the first choice for my future debut. It's really important for a director career. So when I received the script, Goodbye Mother from scriptwriter Nhi Bùi, I feel really touched and get really relevant to my life because the main characters of the film also coming back to the US after a long time living far away from home. So basically I feel deeply connected to the situation of how to have my personal choice, but not really have to think about the expectation from a traditional family as well, especially my mom as well. So and also the details, small details in the film is really delicate that I think I could handle it back then. Also I think the film was really challenging for me because I also had to stay outside of my comfort zone back then because I haven't really directed any piece that involved a lot of characters in one scene. So I'm more than happy and love to direct the film because I think it would be like a really beautiful director debut for myself.
Chị Hồng Đào, would you like to go first? I'll go after you.
Okay, yeah, because you were afraid I cut you short, right? Okay. I chose this movie because this, as you seen in the movie, is all about love and family. Yeah, this is something I very familiar with, like typical Asian family. And you see the three generations live in the one roof. They quarrel, they fighting, they but the end of the day, ultimately they have to support each other. It's really nice. I when I read the script, yeah, I really want to be a part of the movie. Just want to show how the relatable and similar the Asian family are. Yeah, and the another important thing is the beautiful law between my son and my daughter-in-law, my son Ian yeah, and I just kidding, yeah, I just Ian and Van, yeah, that's a beautiful love story for me, yes.
And for me, it's very personal because Nhi Bùi, the scriptwriter, and I are kind of like we've been friends for a long time. And I remember when I first hear him pitch the story like 4 years ago, I remember how much I was moved by the ending of it, the scene that takes place at the airport, and the emotions. It's so moving, and I just wanted to make the story happen. I think I never wanted to kind of like become a producer in the first place. I just wanted to make this particular story happen because I feel like it's something nice to share with the world, and so that's why. Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing. So like throughout the movie, I could see like the theme of like family, like Miss Hong Dao said, right? Like idea of having a heteronormative relationship, of carrying the bloodline, right? Like nói giỏi tông đường, right? And especially for the like Giao Đức Tông, like the firstborn grandson, which is an idea that's very ingrained in many Southeast Asian cultures. So how does this movie challenge that worldview, that dominant narrative? And what message were you hoping to communicate through making this movie?
So it's also like come from the ideas of the writer, but the whole team really like support and love, and we just are on the same boat most of the time to convey that idea, because I think it's really important for us to convey like characters like Van in the film. He has a lot of responsibilities and under the expectation of the big family, traditional family style. And then at the end of the day, he has to make his own choice. And for me, in my opinion, like even though like his final decision is kind of like against and the expectation of his mother, is still like a lovely decision, because at the end of the day, in order to be totally like healing and totally like concealed, then people need to be understood, and we need to confide our secrets to our beloved ones. So like that's the message that I want to say. Basically, like whatever we choose at the end of the day, maybe it's a kind of like imperfect decision, but then it still benefits the relationship between mom and son, also like the relationship between every single people in that big family.
Thank you. Would Miss Hong Dao or Hanh would like to add or?
Chị Đào có muốn add gì không ạ?
Mình say at all. Mình just yeah.
Yeah, I think what's nice about the film, I think it's it explores the idea about that traditional role, but at the same time it doesn't totally dismiss it. It's like That's the traditional role and the traditional way we think about it. But like, let's have a talk about it. Let's discuss about it. But like not totally dismiss it, because like at the same time it still makes sense somehow. But what's nice is that we can have a conversation about it.
Miss Hongda, you want to add? Go.
You think conversation at the end of the day, the mother and the son have conversation?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean like in general, the film discuss about that idea and that topic, and it's like a conversation between the filmmakers and the audience. Yeah.
Okay.
In that sense.
For me, I think the movie, just in the movie, yeah, the mom just seemed like the accept her son and his lover, right? But I think in the real life, this is the easy said than done, right? Like you before you accept all the nothing, you have to been through a lot of emotional, like sad, like hurt, like confused. It's the mom, yeah, the parent, the sad, the mom, the confused, the sad, and in the end you accept. So I think the movie, in the movie, yeah. I don't know how to explain. So just the movie, you have the easy way to in the end accept the her son, but in the real life it's a little bit difficult. So I think it's in the movie just something that like just want to the parent just some more open for, yeah, the hurt, the open to accept their children.
Thank you. Definitely would want the parents to watch the movie and to go through like Miss Han's like kind of like feelings from beginning to the end, where she arrived at acceptance of her son and her son's love. So really appreciate that. So then speaking of that, right? Like a love, like you said, also is a huge theme in the movie. Again, for Miss Han's love for her son and the family, to the grandma's love for Mao. To Bang and Ian's love for each other. So what does love mean to y'all? How are the different forms of love shown and intersected in this movie?
Yeah, so it's really important that we have all kinds of love in our lives. So like for the love of the grandma, it's basically very pure. When she almost lost the memory, but maybe like she act like she lost her memory as well. I don't know. Maybe the audience will have the answer for themselves. So basically, when we come to the stay up, right, really like having no like prejudice anymore, then we can have that love, just like the love of the grandma for No, and also like for Ian, another version of No. So like also like love between Van and Ian, we can see like this is kind of like selfless love. Like people, they can sacrifice themselves for each other, and it's just like basically like the love that we really like, ideal love that we can have in everyday life. But even more than that, like the love between the mom and the son is the biggest here, in my opinion, because like Miss Dow said, like she has been through a lot of difficulties between like the expectation of her, between the love of her for her son, and also between like all of the pressure that she has because of the traditional values that she has to carry with her for the most of her life, and also like even like the internal state of her, like all of the prejudice of a really traditional woman like that. But at the end of the day, like Miss Hồng Đào said, like she still accept her son. But in my opinion, like at the end of the day, even though like she show her acceptance, it still have a little bit of kind of like heaviness and still have a bit of pressure that she still has to like living day by day and try to find a way to overcome it. And then I think like all those three kinds of love for me are really important, even though there are some different types of love also in the film, just between like Van and the other relatives. It's also important because all those kind of love going to create ourselves as a person, will have will give us a definition of ourselves as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I totally agree with my handsome director. Because Miss Hạnh just là well not like 100% completely happily accept. Yeah, she just accept because she has to accept. But I think in the long run, in the long day, when she thinks her son's happiness is the most important. Yeah, I think she could change if she did like that. And you said in the movies it's all about the love. Grandmother, mom, son, auntie, uncle, whatever. I think I really love that idea because because of that love, at the end of the day, we have to we support together. In the morning maybe we hate together, but because of the love, we stuck together and support together. And I think people can live without love. We need love.
Thank you. Hanh, would you like to add before we move on to?
I just think that maybe it's not the love that is different, but the way we show love, the expression of love is like different from people to people and from culture to culture. And we Asians kind of like grew up in a culture that teaches us not to show love by an like outward way, like hugs and kissing, but through actions and through food, and sometimes through quiet acceptance. And I think in order to kind of like for coexistence, I think we need to like learn how to perceive love in different ways, I think.
Yeah, they definitely like love as like so many contradictions, like Miss Hamda said, like folks, like we would argue with each other, but at the end of the day, like we still like love each other in really different ways. And I think like watching the movie really gave me like different feelings of like, wow, this is like how my relationship has been with a lot of my relatives in Vietnam and also with my parents as well. And at the end of the day, like we still love each other, even though it may be shown really, really differently. We have a question from an audience member, Luke Chu. How is homosexuality viewed in Vietnam today, and how has the movie been received by Vietnamese audiences? Do you know?
Hanh, you wanna say about it?
I think you have a better view of it than me. So how about you share your view?
Yeah, so actually, it's just from my point of view. I think like same-sex, LGBT couple homosexuality in Vietnam is just like not that hard to accept outside the society, but it's become a really like sensitive and really hard to accept. Is it happen within your own family? So it's something in Vietnam. So basically, like the film Goodbye Mother were well received when we screened the film here in Vietnam. And also like we got a lot of support, not only from the LGBTQ community, but also from like all of the friends of them. So we just love it. So it's just become like a really something really hard to talk about within the own family.
I think the Vietnam society is open for LGBT right now. They open. But because it's the movie is just in the movie the family and the suburban Vietnam. So we have a little bit difficult. but I think the audience they very love this movie. Some audience they came to me and asked, "Oh my God, hold on, can you join the LGBT group, my LGBT group in Hanoi, in Saigon, everything?" Yeah, I think this the audience really love it. Even in the San Diego, we I was standing in the San Diego festival, Asian festival. Like all the young audience, they really love this movie. Yeah.
That's great.
Mhm.
Definitely so different. Like I grew up in Vietnam. I spent 12 years in Vietnam before coming to the States in
Mhm.
2008. And I think seeing like so many more people like being out and proud and like the pride events, like all the queer movies that like you know, with the Viet context in the past few years have given me a lot of hope. So really appreciate y'all again for like adding it on to that like collection of like queer Viet movies, right?
Yeah, I
Mhm.
just want to add that the change doesn't happen like in one night. It's the result of
Yeah.
work of a lot of people, a lot of like activists and like lawyers, and yeah,
Hmm.
you can.
And then it's not just the law we try to change, we try to change the hearts of the parents, of the grandparents
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
And I think this movie definitely, I think hopefully will change people's hearts a lot. And I think we have a related question from the audience from Win Mai. Same-sex marriage is a very controversial topic in Viet culture. What kind of life experiences did you pull from in order to contribute to the creation and telling of this movie?
Yeah, so basically, like every single filmmaker has to kind of like use his own experience somehow in order to make the movie more honest and truthful and relatable. So in my own experience, when coming back to Vietnam after living in the US for 3 years, one of the things I want to do is that I want to have my own stay and I want to move out. So like that discussions become something like really heavy back then in my own family, and also there was a lot of drama and tears and cry and arguments. So like I use that as my own experience for this movie because I really want to move out because I want to have my own baby. It doesn't mean that I want to stay away or I want to depart or I want to abandon my own family. That's the thing that I have to continue like convincing my mom about that. Even though I may live like in a different apartment, I still come back home every day to have dinner with my mom and my parents and my grandma, whoever. So like I said, like something like that, the difference between expectation and the wish, the desire and my own life is that there's some kind of like contradict between that. So like I use that as a kind of like a point, a standing point, an experience, so I can feel the dilemmas of the characters in the film and to convey the whole story. Yeah.
Okay. Well, but we asked about the same-sex marriage in Vietnam.
Yeah.
Oh,
There
I
is
said right. Yeah. Yeah. In Vietnam, is the legal the same-sex marriage in Vietnam?
no, it's not illegal yet, but you feel free to live. Yeah, same-sex couple is still okay because like people just like look at it really not in a normal way. But the law has
Oh.
not like legalized the marriage yet. You can still live together, but there is no like nothing to protect you by the law. Yeah,
Oh. Okay.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Rick, you want to post not the maybe a final question before we close out because I think we have a few minutes.
Yeah.
What scene was your favorite? That's also one of my questions. Do you have a favorite scene in the movie? Tom Carey.
Oh.
Maybe
Yeah.
my actress, you want to say first?
Oh. Okay. My favorite scene. Yeah, I love many of the scenes. Yeah, yeah. I so crazy. I love many of the scenes. But my favorite since it would to be the scene when I send my son off to USA at the airport. Just because at that time in the movie, Miss Han have different feelings. When she want to love her son, she want to protect her son, and she want to accept him with his lover. Uh, but she fears the outside society just like it would bully her son. So yeah, a lot of different feelings. And you said in the movie, I have to express my emotional through my eyes and hugs. And you see, no lie to be said. Yeah, I don't have any lies in that scene. Yeah, it just yeah. I sweat by my eyes and hugs the van, hug Ian. Yeah, something like yeah. I love that scene very much.
That scene made me cry.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah. I love that scene too, and I really appreciate the performance. We all know that it's extremely crowded and noisy at the airport, so we work really hard and to totally concentrated in the scene, and finally, like the real and raw emotions just come out naturally from both you and Ban, and this is one of my favorite scene also. But also, I also love the scene that you have a big arguments with the whole family, because I think that everybody in that scene was really perfect in every single way, and I can feel the tension, the heat in that scene, and it's just a lovely. It was really lovely for me to have like the example of cast like you guys. Thank you so much. Yeah,
And I remember at that scene I have some lies, but at the end the director they cut all my lies. Oh my god.
what's in your favorite scene?
Oh, are you asking me?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I think I also love the ending scene at the airport, because that's what made me want to make the film in the first place. At the same time, I also enjoy the scene where we can see all the members of the family, like the argument scene or the death anniversary banquet. I think that scene is like just like hilarious. Like I crack up because of it every time I watch the films. Although although I have watched the film like maybe 100 times already.
Thank you all so much. And we're coming to a closing now, so I'm going to ask one final question. And so what is next for the movie? Will be available on any streaming services? I feel like more people should be watching the movie. It's beautiful and touching. And what is next for y'all? Right? And where can we follow your work?
Yeah, so basically as a director, I have to keep moving on, and I have to keep directing. So like in the next few years, hopefully I'm going to release more films, and I would love to touch like the theme of family, and also like relationship between not only about family members anymore, but maybe between strangers. The first time they met, they may have some kind of interesting dynamic between different like types of people. So yeah, that's the recurring theme that I'm going to explore. That's not only about family and also like blood tie relationship, but also relationship between people have never met before.
Yeah. I do not think, because I stuck in here, with COVID-19. Oh my God, yeah, I not think.
Where are you right now, Miss Honda?
California.
Oh, okay.
About me, so I'm working on several projects at the same time right now, but one of them is also Ming is also involved. But I don't want to share too much right now, because as Vietnamese says, like nói trước bước không qua. So hopefully, it will like come into place like very soon, and I will be able to like share with like everyone real soon. So stay tuned. But you can follow To Make Gandhi on Facebook and Instagram for like more news about the film if you want to. Yeah, thank you.
All right. Yes. Yes. Please follow the movie on Facebook and Instagram. Do you have the handle? You wanna write it? Yeah. So
it's like To Make Gandhi in Vietnamese.
Okay.
Yeah, I will leave a comment on this live stream after its end.
Great. Thank you. Once again, thank you all so much for participating in the live stream, and for the audience who are watching and asking questions. This has been great. And if you haven't watched Goodbye Mother yet for any reason, the film is available at the Philadelphia Asian American Film Festival until tomorrow, which is the last day of the festival. So please go to paaff.org to get your ticket. And thank you so much, and have a great night.
Okay.
Thank you, everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a great night.
Thank you, Yun. Thank you, Hanh.
Thank you, Ms.
Vinh.
Hồng Đào.
Miss you.
Thank you,
Miss you guys.
Jung.
Thank
Yes.
you.
Thank you.
You say this kill, black and brown, and when will you talk about class in this story? The rest is allegory. Come together, unionize, see it through each other's eyes. No need to fight over supplies while workers save lives. They need protection too. What we gonna do? Organize our way through. And for those behind bars, we must fight hard. Global pandemic, endemic, systemic. No equality, no quality of life, of life, of life. Global